Kicking it with KeKe. Kicking it with KeKe. Kicking it with KeKe. Full of personality. Switching up the storyline on God, we making history.
Writing books, changing lives, one day at a time. Put your problems to the side. Enjoy yourself. Free your mind.
Kicking it with KeKe.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Kicking It with KeKe, Life, Love, and all that other shit. I am your host, KeKe Chanel, award-winning author, certified life coach, host of Kicking It with KeKe. You guys know how I do. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Today, I am joined with a special person in my life. Look, I was his book coach, y'all, and I'm a proud mama today because he is here to talk about his new book, Trey. Tell the people who you are and what you do. I like to have my guests introduce themselves. So, how you doing?
I'm great. How y'all doing? I'm Trey though. Kenwood, Louisiana native. I live in New Orleans now. Director of bands, my band director down here. Also got a barbershop down here. And now a new author. So Miss KeKe, she was definitely like that person I was what's the word? I was told to go to her because she was one of the best and she was local in my area and she had all the answers that I needed to get on the right track. And I hit her up and it was like easy peasy. So that was then and this is now and we here. So
We here. Listen, you just gave me the little goosies. I hug myself because I love hearing that. So thank you. And you were so easy to work with for real. And come on back whenever you're ready for that next book to come on out because I know it's just the beginning. Right. Okay,
yes.
so before we start talking about the book, the overall theme for the podcast is all about self-development. I mean, personal development and just living life as your best self. So when it comes to personal development, what does that mean for Trey?
That's a good question. Um I just got my master's in psychology. So with that, that's like a big eye opener of stuff I kind of had a thought about in my life, but didn't couldn't put words to it.
Mm-hmm.
So me with this degree in psychology, it kind of like, oh, now I know what that is. Okay, that's why this is that, and it's also making me backtrack to childhood situations and those kind of things, and seeing how by me having to go through that, it made me feel like this and act like this and see things in this type of light. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like a real deal self preservation type of journey I was on with psychology.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I feel like with that now I look at life, I always value life, but now I look at life as like I'm a vessel now. You
Mm-hmm.
know, everybody tell you that God give you gifts or God gives you things that you can do to help the next man or but I really see that now like with my career that I'm doing and all that like the kids flock to me. Every program that I've been over, kids just flock to me.
Mm-hmm.
And they all coming to me for advice. They coming to me. I want to be my. I want to. I want you to mentor me. I want to be just like you. I want to do this. I want to be. So it's like before going to grad school for this, I was like, okay, I guess because I'm young looking and I'm kind of cool. I crack jokes with them. But looking at it to a deeper perspective, it's like I went through this without a dad here and there, and I'm a father figure to him. So I have to make sure I'm doing right on the outside to make sure these kids have a good role model. So it's like them working on me, working on them type of thing. So
Oh, I like that. I like that. I love that. And we all have to be mindful that someone is always watching. And the fact that you are surrounded by kids, like young adults, because we're not going to call them kids, young adults daily, and they just kind of gravitate to you, that should speak to your soul, knowing that you're on the right track, that you are making a difference, that people are watching you and you're leading by example. And we all should strive to do that. So kudos for you to you for having that personal development and wanting to be the best that you can be because you can help pull the next generation up and steer them in the right direction because like you said you were on and off with a dad. Some people don't have that at all. Some people don't have moms either. They just there. You know, grandma, grandfather, they could do everything that they can, aunts and uncles, but until a kid has someone that really sees them for who they are and just lead by example and not just talk about it and but actually live that's a great feeling because I tell people all the time you should be the person that you needed when you were that age.
That is true. That is true. Um, and my dad, when I say here or there, him and my mom were great when they were great, but when they wasn't, they wasn't. So I don't fault that because my dad taught me everything.
Mhm.
The little things he didn't teach me, my brother taught me. So my dad played a pivotal point in my life as far as being a gentleman, how to treat a woman, how to get up and work every day no matter what, how to save money, how to look like you own the room, how to walk like you own the room, but also
Mhm.
be as humble as a caterpillar on the ground. Like it's so many layers of stuff like my dad taught me that I
Mhm.
thought every dad did that to their kids because he taught me like every man got to stand on their own. You got to be this, you got to be that. You know. So me growing up, I thought everybody had that until I
Right.
got grown and and saw like, bro, you really have your dad or your dad didn't teach you that or how to
Mhm.
tuck your shirt in or your belt supposed to be lined up with your buttons like that little small stuff my dad showed me when he was around.
Mhm.
Didn't have that. So I make it my business now, and I do a thing at school where it's called Pretty Wednesday.
Mhm.
All my band kids, all my boys in the band, I made them dress up on Wednesdays. They have to wear a tie or a
Mhm.
bow tie suit every Wednesday. Caught on
Nice.
wildfire. Now the whole school does it now. And I'm making sure my boys like just little etiquette, like how to tie a bow tie, how to tie a tie. Make
Mhm.
sure you know what size shirt that you wear. Like
Mhm.
the pants need to be on your waist. Where's your true waist at? How you
Mhm.
supposed to iron your pleats in your pants? How your socks supposed to complement your boat? Like little bitty stuff like that. They never really had that. And now that they see it, all my boys in band want to be a capper now. So it's like, great. Now it's time to go to school because you can't be a cap in high school. You got to
Right.
go to college. And I'm
Mhm.
also pushing HBCUs on them. I went to Jackson State, but I'm not going to push Jackson State on them. I'm pushing
Mhm.
all HBCUs on them.
Right.
So it's like, go get that. That's something that you cannot ever see. Like, not no discredit to PWIs, but HBCU is going to give that, oh my God, feel every day. Go
Mhm.
to school. You'll be a noob. Yeah, go to school, but you gotta get paperwork first.
Yep.
Noobs are key. Noobs be one of the smartest in the classroom. So
Mhm.
I put that in them too. So it's like I use reverse psychology all the time, and it works because it helps me open up and it helps them develop. So it's a
Mm.
win-win.
Yes, it is. I love that. I love that. You know, I didn't go to HBCU. Shout out to Southeastern, but hey, I love my HBCUs. If I could do it all over again, I would definitely do that.
I did grad chapter Kappa Alpha Psi at Southeastern. So
Okay.
much respect to Southeastern, New Omega Noops at Southeastern. So I know what it's hitting for out there at Southeastern.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Okay. So, do you believe that it is pivotal to have that mindset in order to develop yourself personally, to level up to your next level? Let's talk about
Um,
mindset a little bit because, you know, so as a man thinketh, so it is he. So if you don't think that you belong in that room, then you'll never belong in that room. So what do you think about mindset when it comes to personal development?
one thing I teach in the classroom, and it's like I treat everything like it's a process. In the classroom, I teach confidence first, self-esteem first. The best version of you is yourself. So if you have that and owning that and building that every day, that mindset of hanging with knuckleheads, that negativity or the bullying, the cyberbullying, all this kind of stuff. I don't really rock like that because this is my wave. Like this is me. I know who I am as a person. Excuse the bad weather; it's getting bad down here, but um, I build from the ground up, and I meet every kid the same way. I
Mm-hmm.
crack a joke with them, play with them, and I get on. I build that bond with them, and I start. I tell them all the time, life lesson. Stop talking, listen, life lesson, and build from there, and show them where I come from to where I'm at now,
Mm-hmm.
and where they can be to where they are now. And I also tell them, think positive, even when all you see is negativity. Still think
Mm-hmm.
positive.
Mm-hmm.
I do that all the time. I can be going through some of the worst stuff of ever. I'm thinking about what's going to happen when I finish. What am I going to gain from this when I finish? What am I going to be able to do when I finish? And
Mm-hmm.
that's with them. And that's what so the mindset is very strong. The mindset is very important. Without the mindset, you won't go. They say, you know, without the mind, with the mind, the body will follow. That's very true, because if you think negative, negative is gonna happen.
Yep.
If you think negative, you're gonna speak negative, and there's
Mhm.
power in the tongue. So if you're
Mhm.
always thinking positive, you can't help but to have positive results. So,
Mhm.
like I tell them in practice, perfect practice make perfect performances. So if you always thinking positive, or I'm trying to one up myself, you're gonna have positive results.
Right. And you're your biggest competition. So be better than you were yesterday
Yes,
if you're blessed to see tomorrow, because we
hmm
all know that it's a gift and it's not promised. So yeah, I totally agree with that. And I'm a mindset certified mindset coach, so I preach mindset, breathe mindset. I don't like excuses. We all about resolution. So don't come to me if you just want people to just like a bandwagon yes woman whatever. No, we trying to figure out why you stuck, and let's get you from being that way. But it starts with your mind first. You have to
I mean,
have that mindset.
how could I be a how can I be one of those coaches? Like how do you go about doing that to be a coach like that?
Well, I got my certification online, so I did it like that. We'll talk about that. I'll tell you what I did, and then you can go from there. Yeah,
That
but
might be
it's
a,
needed. It's needed.
that might be another avenue.
Yeah, I could see you doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
It's crazy. When I got the degree, me and my wife was kind of laughing about it, because I really wanted to get the degree to do music therapy.
Mhm.
Because that is like crazy for students, for kids, everybody. A lot of people don't have a voice to talk about what's in their head. So a lot of people, you see them lashing out or having anxiety or meltdowns because they
Mhm.
don't know how to articulate their words or get their feelings off, and it builds up, builds up, builds up, builds up, and then it explodes.
Right.
So music therapy, I'm trying to teach you how to use this instrument or go to this music or sing or write down these lyrics or whatever to help get that negative energy off your back and turn it into something positive. So that's why I went to grad school in psychology. But when I
Mhm.
got out, jobs just started falling in my lap, like behavior interventionist, coordinator for behavior, coordinator for adolescents at risk, um, dean of students for trouble youth in the classroom. Like, it's crazy, like how they just fell in my lap, and I'm like, I don't, I don't really want to do that because I really want to stick with music, but at the same time, it's like I can see myself doing that. So that's crazy.
Listen, that's a niche right there. That could be your niche. Like you the life coach, but you that can be your focal point. Music therapy.
Mm.
Oh yeah, we gonna talk after this. We're gonna talk. We're gonna definitely talk for real.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the book, man. Show the people the book. Tell us how it came to pass. What was your inspiration for it? Yay!
Yeah, you see that boy kind of look like me a little bit. So yeah, with the fade, all that,
Yeah.
terrible Terrance. So this happened. I woke up about 4 in the morning, and I don't know if it's weird, but I'm not gonna say I have visions, but I do. I see it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
My dreams are like movies, and I can
Mm-hmm.
wake up and run that dream like a movie. It's vivid. This particular night, she's my girlfriend at the time. I'm chilling. It's Thanksgiving weekend too. Thanksgiving break. We chilling. You know, I get up. I had band practices at 10 o'clock that morning, so I get up like 4 in the morning. I'm sweating. I'm like, man, I cannot go to sleep. Something is just doing that right. Write it, write it, write it. Get my phone. I'm going to town, going to town. She get up. She said, who you texting? I said, baby, I'm not texting. I'm writing a book. She said, a book? I said, yeah. She said, all right. Went to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Wrote the book. I finished the book like an hour.
Wow.
Went to sleep. Woke me back up like 6 o'clock. And I'm back looking at it like, change this word, add that word, change that word, add that word. You know what? Since you're making these words bigger, put a vocabulary for the birds so the kids understand what these big. I'm doing that. She got up, used the bathroom. She was like, "You still on the phone?" I was like, "Baby, look, I ain't. I'm you know." She was
Uh-huh.
like, "What are you doing on the phone?" Man, I showed her that. She instantly like, "Let me read it
You
again."
really did write a book.
You really wrote a book.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, man, like really, like read over this. She busted out laughing with the first couple of lines. And I'm like, you laughing at it because it's trash? Or she was like, no, like you really got something right here. So I'm like, well, let me go and knock it out. It's about 7, 8 o'clock. Kind of got some sleep, got up, breakfast, all that kind of good stuff. Get on the interstate. She was staying in Hammond then. I was still
Mm-hmm.
working at West Jeff in New Orleans. So I
Mm-hmm.
had to drive from Hammond to New Orleans. God was on my side because I finished writing the book while I'm driving on the interstate. One
Now
hand,
you know not to be doing that.
that's just how it was coming off the page. I'm talking
Yeah.
about just like I wasn't even looking at the keypad.
Yeah.
I'm writing and jumping through traffic. And my daughter in the car, she like, Dad, you want me to write it? I'm like, no, baby, because you're not writing how I'm writing.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, I'm one hand on my phone, driving through traffic. By the time I pulled up for band practice, I was putting the last word on the paper.
Wow.
I texted to her and I said, read over it. I'm about to start practice. Had practice from 10 to 12.
Mhm.
I got at 12. I sat in the car, read over it again. Well, I got a couple misspelled words because I'm driving.
Mhm.
I get home and I'm like, this is really, it might be really legit, So I got home, we talked about it again, and she was like, you might want to do that. I ain't think nothing of it. Let it go.
Mhm.
My frat brother called me every day, cracking jokes. And she had said in the background, so your boy think he an author now. We laughed. He was like, what? That boy special ed. He can't write no book or nothing. So we laughed. I'm like, son, like I really did write a book. You like, send it to me.
Mhm.
Send it to him. He reading the book while he on FaceTime with me. His eyes just got super big. And I'm like, bro, what's he was like, dog, like that's real deal. Like it's cold. Like the book is nice.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool. I had a colleague in school. I let him read it.
Mhm.
He's like real big into like the Black Power, like the Black Panther movement. He's real woke.
Mhm.
He read it. He came and gave me a hug in the middle of class, like, bro, publish the book.
Mm.
When he said that, came home, I told my girl, I was like, dude put a stamp on it, and dude legit. He's legit in the community. So I know if he's saying put a stamp on it, it's good.
Mhm.
Started doing my research. That's how I found out about you. Hit
Mhm.
you up and send it to you.
Mhm.
Once you fixed it, I kind of went down the road. I had 3 different guys trying to do illustrations for the book.
Right.
One guy told me it was too much for him to do it at the time. He had too many jobs on his plate, so that kind of knocked me back.
Right.
Another guy took a deposit from me and did a few sketches and moved away and didn't finish.
Wow.
The last guy was like, yeah, I'm gonna get on it. So I spent a month with him, giving him ideas, boom, 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 boom. Never got anything started.
Mhm.
So I was talking to my wife and I finished the second book that's coming too. So as I woke up like I'm waking up, I'm drinking and writing the book. I finished the book. I'm like, babe, I finished the second book. She was like, what about the first one? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and like buckle down and really get this book illustrated if I gotta draw it myself. Because I
Mhm.
can draw stuff too. But
Okay.
I'm so busy doing all the other stuff. I didn't even have time to do it. So one of my homeboys, Marching Southern Band, he put out a coloring book. So I hit him up and I'm like, let me talk to whoever your printing company is. It's his mom's. Mystic, is it Mystique or Mystic? I don't know how she pronounce it.
Mhm.
Publishing. Her last name is Kiefer, down here in New Orleans. She's a teacher down here.
Okay.
And this lady, the lady read the book. She was like, oh, baby, I'm not even going to charge you for your services because this book is a hit. I'm going to point you in the direction of people right now. Ask for this person specifically and watch you have your stuff. When your deadline? I said, I want the book out before Thanksgiving because it's setting up for Christmas. I want it out a few months before Christmas.
Right.
And I want to set up. She's okay. She pointed me in the direction of my illustrator. Her name is Elena Yawson. And this lady is cold blooded.
I see. I see. I saw the front eye because I need a signed copy though. I need a signed copy.
Me and my wife plan on getting like a lot of the copies and doing like stops all around Tangipahoa Parish, all around Orleans Parish.
Okay.
Just setting up at different libraries, elementary schools, barbershops, things like that. Go to restaurants and sit up and like do like signings and stuff like that. So I will be out that way. I'm gonna personally bring one to you because if it wasn't for you helping me with this, I wouldn't be on this path right now. So major kudos to you, and I'm forever indebted to you for that.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
ma'am.
I got you with that second one too.
Oh yeah, most
Yeah.
definitely. The second one is done. I'm gonna send that to you ASAP because it's ready.
Okay.
It's
I
ready.
believe you. I believe you. Listen, one thing I can say about you is you came to me with a plan. You already had what you like. It's done. I just need you to read over it. Let me know what it is. Blah blah blah. You have a plan. You have that purpose. It's aligned to you. I can feel how passionate you are about it, and you doing it, and it's relevant. So, Terrance, is he kind of modeled after you?
I'm gonna say yes and no. Like, and that's another thing. Like, it's so crazy how this is intertwined. So, me and my wife, we got a baby now. He's 7 months, about to be 8 months in a few days, and his nickname is Taz because he's terrible. Terrible. Let me show you this little boy. This little boy,
Listen, you done wrote about the baby before the baby came into existence.
I wrote about him and then we had him. That's how I had him.
Right.
Let me find this boy holding my book. This little boy, where is this at? This is him on a regular day. Not crying, nothing.
Just a
He
character. Yes.
acting a fool. Acting a fool.
I love it. I love it. So you call him Taz. Is it after the Tasmanian devil?
His real name is Tazir, and
Okay.
his nickname is Tasmanian Devil. That is his nickname.
I love his name though. I love
Yes,
that name.
Tazir. You don't hear him downstairs?
I don't hear him at all. I have these headphones on, so I probably can't.
Downstairs now. He cutting up. But it was him, and it's like this is like a spinoff of me. My favorite movie when I was young was Home Alone,
Mm-hmm.
and I was I used to say I was a rapper, but I know I wasn't good. So it was like a mixture of me being a rapper, Home Alone, and me acting a fool as a kid. So it's like all mixed into one. Now we had this baby, and this is the spin image of this book. So it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I love it. I'm anxious to see how many books Terrance gonna get into, because we got terrible Terrance,
Mm-hmm.
and show him again. It's a Christmas book.
It is a Christmas book. The first one is a Christmas book. It's
Mm-hmm.
the front, you see it with the presents, and
Mm-hmm.
on the back it's his siblings. It's him and he's the baby of 3.
Mm-hmm. And running the house.
Running the house, and he's hell on wheels.
Mm-hmm. I
Yes.
love him. I love him. I don't want you to tell them anything about this book. Just tell them how to go get it. Tell them how they can purchase it from you and support you and all that good stuff.
If you go on Amazon and type in Terrible Terrance, it's gonna pop up. It's an ebook online now, and it's the paperback. I am working on getting the hardcover done, the hardback now, but those two are definitely on Amazon now. I am working on getting it put in Barnes and Noble, and I have to create a website because I started tapping into Target. So to get into Target, I have a website. So
Yeah.
I'm working on getting a website created.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, I have a website created with this, so I can put it in Target. But right now, most definitely go on Amazon, type in Terrible Terrance. It's gonna pop up.
All right, love that. Y'all make sure that y'all go to Amazon, and if you have kids, make sure y'all get at least one book for their Christmas gift.
And please write a review. Please, I could take all criticism. If you think I should have used this word rather than that word, I want to hear all that. I want to hear all that. I am great with criticism. I want to hear it all. Please leave a review under my page. Follow me on Amazon as well. You can also follow me on Instagram at underscore conductor, KONDUKTOR1. That's my line name for Kappa Alpha Psi, the best fraternity. So it was so nice we had to name it twice. But that's my handle on Instagram. On Facebook, it's Trey Vornado, Trey. Last name V as in victory, ARNAD as in dog. Oh, Trey Vornado on Facebook. I have Snapchat, but I'm not really on that. Like talking about it, my main 2 handles is Instagram and Facebook.
But yeah, I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. So I know you talked about you have the second book coming, but what else you got going on? What's next? What else next?
Oh man, it's a lot. Okay, so as you know, I'm a teacher. I'm a band director. It's a program I built up from scratch, 2 years now. Second year program, and we have been trailblazing. We have been winning battle bands, been offered to play for different events in the city. We've also been we are headlining now for Dillard University. So Dillard University
Nice.
never had a marching band at all.
My
So
sister went there.
We just did their homecoming.
Mm.
We did their homecoming basketball game, and then we did the parade the next day. And we are on contract to do 8 games with these people. So my
Nice.
band is like the face of Dillard now. So I'm working on a sponsorship for my
Congratulations.
program with Dillard University. Thank you, thank you. Like I said, I just got my master's in psychology, so I'm trying to like really get my certification for music therapy to knock that out because I want my own practice. Terrible Terrance is going to be a series. So my ultimate goal and vision of this is to see this on Netflix as a cartoon series. So that's my ultimate goal for this. As far as the book, I want the book to start now. Terrance, it starts out at 6. I want this to travel with Terrance till he goes to his freshman year of college. So it's gonna be different little events and
Mm-hmm.
age gaps and brackets to end up him going to college. And it's gonna introduce the best frat, Kappa Alpha
Okay.
Psi to Terrance, and that's
Mm-hmm.
gonna set his journey at a black college to see what Greek life is about, see how embracing and knowledgeable and informative and loving and life building, like you said, the life coach mentoring HBCU heads to African American or any
Mm-hmm.
other minority or Caucasian American.
Mm-hmm.
That HBU experience is none other. It's like none other. It's a different entity of its own, and that's what I want to shed light on that. And I feel like if we put it in the kid's face, keep putting it in the kid's face, uh, unconsciously, reverse psychologenic. I made that word up. If we keep putting it in their face like that, it's gonna be like, well, why not?
Right. Right.
A lot of kids, and this is my thought process for that. Like a lot of kids idolize NBA YoungBoy. The what Rob 49, all these guys, the rappers. Nothing wrong with that at
Mm-hmm.
all.
Mm-hmm.
But idolizing the drugs, the guns, the smoking. So I would always ask this stupid question: why don't these rappers make an educational album? Use the same beats,
Mm.
but rap about something in school, or rap about a history lesson, or rap
Mm.
about a math lesson.
Mm-hmm.
These kids gonna rap that. You're gonna know that for the rest of your life because it's young boy. I know
Yep.
young boy lyrics.
Yep.
So that's one of my venues I'm gonna start getting into. Like, because before I was a band director, I taught every subject.
Mm-hmm.
ELA, social studies, math, and science.
Mm-hmm.
So I know a little bit of all of those. So why not put it to a trap beat, make it catchy, and put it out there for kids to listen to instead
And
of
they
saying,
gonna
"Oh,
and they
I
go
kill you."
uh-huh.
Which
Mm-hmm.
Pythagorean theorem is, obtuse saying that kind of stuff will save your life.
Yep.
You don't know this now. You're in the classroom rapping, because that was me in the classroom. I remember my stuff. I used to rap my information. I'm beating because I'm in the band.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm studying, I got band music on, or I'm beating. And I go back in the test now. I'm in there humming and bobbing my head. Teacher like, what you doing? Taking my test. And I got
Mm-hmm.
always.
Mm-hmm.
I did that when I was online for Kappa. Information we had to be learned quick. I
Mm-hmm.
put it in rhythm form.
Mm-hmm.
Started doing that, and it went so easy. That's
Yeah.
why my line name was conductor, because I conducted the line in a music form, and it was like clockwork. I do that in the classroom. Everything I teach in the classroom, my music class is either from a joke, a
Mm-hmm.
story, or a rap.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I love it.
And
I
then,
love that approach, man. And I know those kids eat that up.
man, I come in the classroom and I play with them, like teaching music right now. A whole note get 4 counts. So what a whole note get?
4 counts.
You sure?
Yeah.
So what's a whole note?
4 counts.
Okay, so a whole note get 4 counts, and a half note got to get 2, right? Because
Right.
it's a half a whole, right?
Right.
So a half note get how many counts?
2.
I do that in argumentative form, and then I come back and make a story of it. So we're talking about a household. Some of y'all don't have y'all dad, but that's cool. We're gonna talk about the dad that you have. So if we're talking about a household, we're talking about a family, and a whole note, half note, quarter note, 8 note, and all that. Who's the head of the household? Don't say God, because we got something for God too. But who's the head of the household in the household?
Mm.
Dad.
Yeah.
Okay, dad is the whole note. That's the biggest note in the music family. So
Yeah.
who's right on dad, who make all the decisions and do all this? Mom, that's the half note. So that's, I break it down in the classroom. I be like, oh, I know it. Quick.
Yeah. Love. Oh my goodness. I love that. Look, you need to go ahead and get that certification for that life coaching, man. So you get that up and down. I know for a fact that you will stay booked. You will stay booked because the way that you just broke that down,
Mhm.
parents will pay good money to get their kids this type of interaction with you because
And
you retain they know that they're going to be that their kids going to be in good hands. They know that they're going to learn something. It's going to be positive and it's going to propel them to want to further their education.
and what's crazy is I don't even look at it like I'm just doing something so out the ordinary. I feel like I'm not doing enough. And I don't know if that's
Mm.
good or bad. Like when I got my master's, like my wife got hers, like I told her, she motivated me to go back and get mine. So when I got mine, graduation pictures great. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. We fly, we looking good. We on a vacation, little vacation. And
Mhm.
I just stopped. We was walking, and she was like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Man, you know what? Like I'm happy, but I'm not. Like I feel like I'm not done yet." And she was like,
Mm,
we was talking about getting our doctorate together. I was like, yeah, I need that now because I don't feel like I'm done.
mm-hmm.
And
And you're not.
it's no slight to God because I pray 4 or 5 times a day and give thanks, and I'm so humble and so appreciative for the gifts, the lessons, the hard lessons
Mm-hmm.
that I was taught, that I just still feel like I'm not finished. Like I got a master's, but I supposed to have that. That's what I feel like. I supposed to have that.
Mm-hmm. I
So
mean, as long as you keep that mindset, you will never stop growing. You have that growth mentality, that growth mindset, that abundant mindset. Why not me? Why can't I do more? Why should I stop now when I'm able to do more?
and
Keep
that's
that, keep that, keep that mindset. And you, man, listen, I ain't gonna even say the sky's the limit because we already know that footprints on the moon, right? So just keep going. Make sure that you always have that mentality, man. Don't let anybody tarnish that or stand in your way because greatness is up all up on you. I see it. It's gonna happen. You are
yes, ma'am.
destined to be more than what you are today. Just keep going. That's all I have to say. Just keep going. And again, I am so proud of you. Like I am.
Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you.
I am. Okay, so on a personal note, and
Sure.
when it comes to terrible Terrance or anything else that we talked about today,
Mhm.
what would your now self tell your younger self about your book or anything that we talked about today?
Um, I tell my kids this a lot because it was a hard lesson. I say that word a lot because a lot of the things I was taught was not the norm. Think twice, answer once. And with that, it's a very vague phrase, but it fits almost anything. So I could talk about my high school upbringing. I was kind of not really bullied, but peer pressured to play football. I'm small, little bitty dude. I'm
Mhm.
ball not for me. Went out there and broke my thumb. Like for what? I
Right.
I got all my accolades and bands stripped from me though. I was drum major at Kenwood High. I
Mhm.
was first trombone. I was section. I was all that. I dropped all that to say I'm about to go play football. Something I knew I didn't. I wasn't trying to go to school for, or knew I
Mhm.
couldn't go to ultimate level for.
Mhm.
That was like falling into my homeboys or my so-called homeboys telling me I need to do this. Um, so really, really, I would tell my younger self is to stay true to what you believe and think about it twice, think long and hard, and make that decision and stand on what you believe in. Because I've never been steered wrong as far as like my thoughts. Um, Also, I would also tell myself to go harder.
Mm.
I went through high school. I barely studied, barely studied. Went to college, barely studied. School did not pick up a book. And I kind of feel like, how did I do that? I kind of feel like I shortchanged myself because I feel like I could have went harder right here. I could have went harder, but then like I'm done with it all. And it's like it was a little bit of nothing. But let's just say if I would have went harder,
Mhm.
where I would have
Where
been
would
now.
it be? Mhm.
So that's why I tell my son, my younger self, like push harder. Don't quit, don't give up. And I'm not the type to give up at all, but even when it's hard, think positive. When all you see is negative, think positive. I say that a lot.
Yeah.
Think positive. When all you see is negative, still think positive.
Wow. When all you see is negative, still stay positive. Think positive. I love that. But you pretty much done dropped the mic with
Come on.
because my next question was gonna be, do you have any words of wisdom or encouragement to give to the listeners? But you pretty much done told them all, but go ahead, give them some more gems, man.
Uh, and this is stuff I actually tell my kids every day in the classroom. Like I really pour into them, not for bragging rights or nothing like that, because I I didn't have that. My band director, Kenneth Butler Sr., love that dude like he's my dad. Went to Grambling, band director. He was very, very, very tough, but he was very sarcastic and funny at the same time. He had
Mm,
an old school way of teaching you. And I just took what he taught me, put it into my own words, put my salt on it, and dished it back out. And there's a lot of sarcasm, reverse psychology, jokes, and life lessons, and it worked.
Mm-hmm.
So I would definitely tell the people that's listening, like, find you, look in that mirror every day, and say 5 positive affirmations for yourself every day. Find 5, say them in the mirror every day, even when you don't feel like it. Say it every day, and say it with purpose. Like, don't just, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that.
Mm-hmm.
No, like,
Mm-hmm.
stand up and own them. I used to make my son is 10, he about to be 10. I used to make him get up every morning and he had to say, I'm a strong black man. I'm a positive black man. I'm a handsome black man. I'm an intelligent black man. He had to say that every morning in the mirror. And if he didn't, I'm slapping the head. Go back in there and do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's like when you brushing your teeth, that you need to be saying in the mirror every day. And don't just say it like you up in there playing with me. No, I want to feel you. I want to feel that. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you don't believe it, who else gonna believe it?
Right.
If you don't think you're a strong black man, the society ain't gonna think you one.
Nope.
So that's my whole thought process.
I love it.
Um, I have a daughter too, so I always tell my baby, like, I kind of play with him and I call him nappy headed ugly, but that's like my way of hard, tough love on him. And I
Right.
be like, I love your little ugly self. And she be like, I know I'm pretty, I know I'm beautiful. I know.
Uh-huh.
'Cause I come right back and be like, oh, I go to singing to her, whatever. But I'm that type of person. For dads, always embarrass your kids in a good way.
Yeah.
Because it'll be a lesson that I'll never forget. I
Mm-hmm.
wait till my daughter on FaceTime or she with her friends and just go to, oh my baby, you're so beautiful. That kind of stuff. Break out singing to her, kissing all over her forehead, all that kind of stuff. And she just be cheesed out, goofy. Oh my God, daddy. I would never forget it.
But
If
she'll
I leave
never forget that. That will stay with her forever.
if I leave here tomorrow, she might cry, whatever, but she gonna, my dad always made me laugh. My dad always, you never forget that.
Mm-hmm.
With my son, when I come on cutting his hair and making sure he fly, I'm telling him, look, you got to put your cologne on like this. You make sure your shirt is on like this. You always got to have on a mustard up under your shirt because you don't want to be musty to get your top clothes musty, stuff like that. You
Mm-hmm.
always got to make sure your shoes laced up a certain way. You want your socks to match your this, you all that. So if I ever leave here, those are life lessons my son. My daddy taught me how to be a man. My daddy also told me, rain, sleet, or snow, you get out first, open that door for that woman. If you
Mm-hmm.
with somebody, you got a jacket on and she cold, if you don't have that jacket on, you in the wrong. You walking on the street, you supposed to walk to the street. You don't let the woman walk to the street. You
Mm-hmm.
got kids, you make sure you hold them kids' hand on the inside of the street. Like little stuff like that. My son do
Mm-hmm.
that now. So those are things of being a gentleman because chivalry ain't dead.
Right.
So I teach that. So for my dudes that's listening, hold it into them boys. Like you said some earlier, be who you didn't have or be what you wanted to see when you was a kid. I
Mm-hmm.
lived that. And
Yeah.
my dad was the ultimate. Like I said, he was in and out. But when he was there, my dad was the ultimate. And he was a man of few words.
Mm-hmm.
So he modeled that. Like I can call my mama right now and be like, Ma, like, how my daddy? Oh, your daddy spoiled me. My daddy bought my mom a car in 11. Both of them was in 11th grade. He had 2
Mm.
businesses as a
Wow.
junior in high school. He
Mm-hmm.
bought his first car.
Nice.
Pamper my mama, cater to my mama. My mama, when she came in from work, she didn't really have to walk through the door because he would have carried her through the door, bathed her every night,
Mm-hmm.
washed her feet, ironed her clothes, had cooked for her every night. And this on top of having his own company every
Mm-hmm.
day.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So
That's amazing. That's awesome. Listen, I could talk to you for hours, but we don't have that kind of time, y'all. But we're going to have Trey back. We're going to have to invite him back to come and do another episode. And we'll just talk about some life lessons.
I'm
Let's
with
do
you.
that. Let's talk about some life lessons on the next time when
I'm,
you come back.
I'm very intrigued about that. Like I am very intrigued about that because uh with the fraternity they have what they call Kappa League. That's called God Right. That's like a little boys, not little boys, a young men's fraternity that's a spinoff of Kappa Alpha Psi.
Mm,
So in Tangipahoa Parish, my chapter, which is Hammond Alumni chapter, they are getting that in the works now. But I live in New Orleans, so my chapter is too far to incorporate that in schools down here for that chapter.
mm-hmm.
So I did my own spinoff, and it's called the Young Diamonds Club. I can show you some pictures of these boys. They did a whole probate at the school and everything. And when I did
Nice.
it, I wanted to target the trouble youth. I wanted to target the kids that was giving the most trouble in the classroom, the
Mm-hmm.
kids who got ruled as problem kids. And I took 5 of the boys that was uh looked at as some of the trouble youth in the school and did a probate with them boys,
Look at them. Oh,
and they
wow.
tore the school up.
I bet. They look like it.
I had them for 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and them boys had them for 2 weeks. Them boys learned the probate. We put together information for the school, like school history, school info they had to learn,
Mm-hmm.
tips, a motto, a creed, life lessons. We did all that in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Wow.
So that's one of the things I'm trying to do at the school now is to incorporate the Young Diamonds Club as an exclusive fraternity for the boys or the young men at my school now, start from 9th to 12th grade. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to do it starting the Pretty Wednesday with the boys dressing up,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a hit. So he
Mm-hmm.
see where we're going. So that's the next step is to get that started, and that's gonna be I want that to be student led to where they're doing the announcements for school announcements.
Mm-hmm.
They are the ones emptying trash for the custodial workers.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones locking the gate or open the doors for all the women. On Fridays, they come to school with roses and peppermints, give them to young ladies. Little stuff like that. Writing affirmations down on paper and slipping into your book bag. So you open it, you got a piece of candy and an affirmation on it. Stuff like that goes a long way.
Yes, it does. I am intrigued by that.
So that's the type of stuff I'm trying to do at the school. And that's like, again, my dad and my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Like my
Yeah.
dad, I can remember like vividly. My daddy, my mama, we used to have big old times at the house. Like all my family used to come around and they would party, play cards, music on, and my dad would be just chilling, laid back, drinking his drink, drinking his drink or whatever. Mom in there dancing, cool, and everybody having fun. And my
Mm-hmm.
dad would walk through and just be like, I love you, I love you,
Oh,
and just walk off.
yeah.
She could be like, "You so crazy." Why you? And I'd be like, Daddy, that was so weak of you. And he was like, you'll see when you get older.
Hey.
So now it's like I tell my all the time, I walk by, what's up, big booty Judy? All that. Anywhere. I'm talking about catch her walk and be like, oh my God. Girl, she be like, what's wrong? Your booty so big. Look at you. Oh my God.
He probably like, you're so silly.
Yeah, I could call her right. If I FaceTime her right now, she downstairs. FaceTime her right now, just look at her. Boy, what you do? What's wrong with you? I was taught that, and I see it works. So it ain't even like I'm running game.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I get a kick out of that to see her, like, damn, you really like you really see that in me,
Mm-hmm.
and I do like
Mm-hmm.
everything and more.
Right.
So well, I call my daddy weak for doing it, like laughing at him, but I know he get a kick out of that too, because you look at that's your queen, and you say she fine and you love her, you meant that.
Right.
And to see her reaction, that was a genuine reaction because she didn't know he was about to do it. So it's
Mm-hmm.
genuine. So every time I see that with my wife, it's like, mm-hmm. Or I catch her walking past me and grab her and be like, hey, what's your name? Something like that. Hey, where you from? You so country, but where you from? And just, girl, get off me. Boy, why you do that?
That's lovely. I love it. I love it. Keep doing that, man. We need more of that in the world. So keep doing that. Make sure you teach Taz how to do all that as well.
There's
You
an
know what?
already-
He might be the trouble one.
He's already a gentleman. We walk in a store, he got the pacifier in his mouth. As soon as he see a woman, the pacifier is out, all gone. It's little white lady stopping. Oh my God, can I pinch his cheeks? Like everybody, like no ma'am, you can't touch him, but you can see him.
Yeah.
But he do that to every woman already, so he got it in it. It's honest.
It's starting early. But look, I love it. I love it. So I'm so glad that you came to kick it with me this evening. It has been so much fun. I
Yes, ma'am.
will have you back for sure. So listeners, he is coming back. Y'all don't get sad. He will be back. Y'all make sure that y'all go and support him by getting his book. Show it to him one more time. It is available on Amazon. He should have his website coming soon. And hopefully in the soon future, we will see it in Target, Walmart, and everywhere that they sell books. That's what we're speaking into existence. So from our lips to God's ears, it will happen.
Yes.
I believe that. I believe that it will, because you're doing the work.
Too. Like I said, next book is called. It's gonna be Terrance's first day of school. So
Oh, I
yeah,
like that. I can't wait to read that one and see what happens with Terrance. Oh my God, because y'all, the Christmas one is so funny. Y'all have to y'all, Terrance ran some game on some folks in this book,
I
man.
can see this being on Netflix like a series. I really can see that. Like this little dude is really cutting up, man. I really see that. And also what they do is like it's unconsciously putting the spotlight on African Americans in a positive light. Because I started the book off saying they lived in a positive, flourishing community.
Mm-hmm.
So that's showing that you can have a nice house and be black. You
Yeah.
can have your dad and your mom in the household and be black.
Yep.
You can have all these presents on the Christmas tree and be black.
Yep.
So I'm pointed into this like that's what I want to be. That's what I
Exactly.
want to be like that. I
Yep.
want that. So
And it's happening. It's gonna happen. Like, you're gonna make a difference in a whole lot of lives. I do believe that. I hope you believe that as well. Keep doing what you're doing. And excellence is just gonna follow you wherever you go, wherever that leads you. Just don't forget about the little people. Don't forget about kicking it with KeKe. So when you get all big and have that Netflix, just come on back and just kick it with me just a little bit, all right?
we're gonna have to like collab and do something with this life coaching. And that could probably be another spinoff or something. You know, that's real. People need that.
People do need that. Yep, they do. I mean, I love doing it. I love doing it. I've done it for a few years now. Thank you again for coming to Kick with me. It has been a pleasure. You make sure that you enjoy the rest of your evening and have a great week. I will be in touch soon. Listeners, thank you guys for tuning in. I am here every Thursday for a new episode of Kicking It with KeKe. Y'all make sure that y'all like, share, subscribe, review, and do all of that great stuff. Until next time, make sure you don't stop believing in you. Look in the mirror and tell yourself positive affirmations, like Trey said, 5 every day. Say them with intention, say them with heart, say them with purpose. Yes.
5.
5.
5. And don't do the easy ones. I'm pretty. No, go big and beyond. You want to set that bar up high, so when you don't hit what you hit, you still in the clouds. I got a thing in the classroom too. When I'm sitting in the hallway, all the females, like I got a different handshake for all the boys in school. And that's not because I saw it on the internet. That's like how my bond is with them. But at school, every female that I know, I see them and I speak to them and I raise my hand as far as I can up. And I make them jump up and give me a high five. Now, I asked them, you know why I'm doing it? Because you want us to jump up. I said, no, I want you to reach for the stars. Like, and they be like, oh, for real? Even the tall ones, like you still, like unconsciously, you're jumping to try to shake, you know, use that same effort and all that kind of gumption and all that to go to the next level. Like, man, you so cool to be. Yeah, but I made you jump and get so yeah.
You did it though. You can reach. You reaching. So as long as you keep reaching, listen. As long as you keep reaching, you will get there. Yep, absolutely. But until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.
Thank you.